So I was on a little walk, and it was raining.
Love a little walk.
Yeah, I love a little. Well, not as much anymore. It was
Wow.
like a little hot girl walk, right?
A hawk.
Yeah, a hawk. So I was
I had
on
a
a
Hawkman
little hot girl walk, and it was raining. And it's important that it was raining because I had my umbrella. My umbrella is very colorful. It's like purple and orange. It's a bright, can't miss an umbrella.
course.
So the fun thing about Miami drivers is they don't yield left, ever. They don't look if other cars are coming, and they don't look if there are pedestrians.
Especially left.
Yes. So if they're turning left, they're just going to go. They're not going to look. So I'm crossing the street. I have the right of way. And I look to my right, hear someone scream, and a giant trolley bus is like 5 feet away from ending my life. And it was so embarrassing. Everybody saw me almost get hit by this bus, even though it wasn't my fault at all, especially because I was so colorful. There's no way you could have missed me. So I just kept walking. I did not acknowledge that it happened. This lady was like, "Are you all right?" And I just kept going. So I went like a block past, and I turned back and realized that I guess when the trolley bus almost hit me, it triggered like the emergency brake, and it was stuck.
Oh.
And so I stayed and I watched, and for about 20 minutes, this trolley bus was stuck in the middle of the intersection from when it almost killed me.
Admiring your work.
Yeah.
Captain Chaos over there. You just created this mess and then turn around and
It
say,
wasn't my fault. I was walking where I was allowed to walk. I was crossing the street, and they did not look, and they went real fast in this turn. And if I had like been a second slower, I probably would not be here
those
right
things
now.
aren't on rails?
No, it was like one of the little buses.
Oh, that like looks like
It
a
looks
fake
like a trolley bus.
What kind of damage would it have done if it hit you?
The way the woman screamed and how close it was to me, I don't think I would have gotten
So
settlement.
she was
I think I would have just
screaming
been dead.
because she almost got hit, or she was screaming to protect you?
because
She
it
saved your
was-
life?
No, she didn't save my life. It was one of those things where it was like the horror of the situation if she just realized that she almost saw me die. And I didn't even realize it. Like it was coming, it was there, and I just kept going. And then probably like 3 minutes later is when my body realized that I had almost died, and I could like feel it in my chest. But then I just watched the traffic jam that I caused. And this
You
was
would have
like,
died. You would have really hated Miami.
yeah, it was a very Miami moment. It was also like 6 p.m., so terrible time. But if you got stuck in traffic, that was probably my bad.
No more. You said that was the weekend?
Yeah,
So like Saturday?
sure.
So on a college football Saturday, do you actually leave the house or do you stay home?
No, the only time I ever left the house was kind of cool. Iowa had lost, and I was really sad, so I went for a little walk.
Another hot girl walk.
Yeah, but it was a sad girl walk, and because I was picking up dinner and I ran into Adam Sandler, and that
What?
was cool.
Wait,
Was he dressed like a lesbian?
He was yeah, we
What?
pretty much had the exact same outfit.
Why was that sad?
No, Iowa had lost, so I was on my sad girl
You
walk.
saw Adam Sandler.
What was he
Yeah.
doing in Iowa?
No, this was in L.A.
Oh.
More like Adam Sadler.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But I think he could sense my pain. So sometimes I do leave the house, and then you have a cool moment like that.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
But most of the time I don't.
Can you just play the white guy sounder real quick? That was the whitest high five I've ever seen.
Hey, man, I explained how you dap last week. So,
You explained.
yeah, I explained it over the air.
Dignity and
How long are your walks for?
Oh, I'm a walker.
Yeah, I was because I was reading about how we've kind of lost the 10,000 step fad. I think I don't think people are doing the I need my 10,000 steps anymore that they used to do every day.
I like track my steps. I usually get to 10,000 every day, but like it's not the same in Miami because it's too hot. But when I lived in LA, if it was within like 2.5 miles, I would walk every
I have no point of reference when people talk about their steps because somebody's like, "Oh wow, 2,000 today." I'm like, "That's fantastic, great job." But like, no, I should be at 10. I was
You'd
like,
walk
"Oh, that's terrible."
2.5 miles?
Yeah, I
Just for fun?
yeah, I love to walk. I like love walking.
Why?
I don't know.
You ever say, like, man, I got 2.5 miles to go, so I better jog?
There have been a couple times where I'm like, do I call an Uber back home? Like, I've never done it because it's usually like I get so embarrassed. Because if I'm willing to walk that far, I should walk back.
But you get embarrassed by, I'm sorry, just yourself?
Yeah.
Like, because you're the only person who knows that you walked there.
Yeah, but it's like I committed to it, and
She
I
says,
need
"Not
to
today,
finish."
self.
Yeah, and also there have been a few times where I'm like, I cannot spend $20 on an Uber back.
That
like,
makes
I just
more
have to
sense.
walk.
Yeah, 2.5 miles. That's like a good hour almost, right?
Yeah. I
had
used to
one-
walk to the craft store. It was like 2 miles away.
Oh my god! And then you came back with a bag full of
I
crap.
come back with a, and
Giant crayon.
sometimes I would like walk to the store and underestimate how much I need. I do have a giant crayon.
up, Billy.
Crayon.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Crayon.
I'm a crayon guy.
You're
crayon
mirror.
guy.
You're a mirror and crayon guy. I've
Yeah.
heard you pronounce mirror and crayon.
Well, are you happy that
what
you
a
have
crazy
Pablo?
person I am.
You have happy
Well,
that
no,
you have
it's
Pablo
just
on board?
no. It's you're not a crazy person.
I
but
say both wrong too. Apparently.
That time you nailed it.
Well,
Oh.
Mike has changed me. He scarred me when I first worked here years ago. He's like, "How do you say?" I said both.
yeah, because it's a
Both.
curious. I'm not telling you you're
Yeah.
wrong. It's just not a way of speaking that. It's
English.
not regionalized.
Right.
It's not regional. Like you don't sound like a South Floridian. You
One of
sound
my
like
favorite
a
things about a
Midwesterner.
British accent,
Both.
and I don't know if it's all British accents or if it's some region, but when they say like "forth" instead of "th," they just do another "f," like back and forth, back and forth. That one's my favorite. But I'm curious for Billy. Now that you have Pablo around every once in a while, do you feel like you have a brother in your soft T's? Because he's a softie as well. He does the buttons instead of buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and you
hadn't
guys-
noticed. I honestly have
I
just,
saw you guys high five last week and say "soft T brothers."
Yeah, exactly. I've just tried to remove any
softies.
reference to that word from my language altogether. Like I will just never talk about anything involving that word. If I feel like it's coming up, I'll just change the subject or I'll talk about something else.
He also enunciates when you get a guided, when you go somewhere at a museum and you get a guided. Billy.
Tour.
Tour.
Tour? It's tour.
That's
Like
like
I think Billy is actually
TWOER, like a
Billy's actually
tour.
saying it correctly, but
Tour.
most people I think just say tour.
Tour?
No,
I'm
it's not
taking a
saying
tour.
it
See,
correctly.
I
Nah,
think
say
a
you
This is
were.
another Chris
Say
Cody
you
type
were.
of inflection.
Yeah, I'm not
Which
taking
one is?
language lessons from Cody. I
When
apologize.
everyone heard Billy did it, and everyone was like, "Oh, that is kind of odd." And
Yeah, I
now
say
all of a sudden
tour.
it's back on me. All of a sudden,
No,
Yeah.
every,
They're going on tour.
Everyone says tour.
Tour.
It's tour.
tour is not tour.
Tour.
Yeah, he says it's funny.
Yeah,
It says tour.
And you're saying
How do you
like,
say?
that's the correct
How do
way
you
to
say
say it.
jaguar?
no.
Jaguar.
I said tour, and
says
Mike
Jaguar.
looked at me like, "See, you're
Jaguar
doing it again. It's
drives
tour."
me crazy.
Crazy.
It's not a car.
It's like four. Tour four. Right?
Yeah.
I say tour.
Do you say
Yeah.
four?
Four.
1, 2, 3, 4.
When you play golf and you hit a bad shot.
Four.
Fjord.
To the left.
Ha! It's on Billy. You idiot!
What's
You
your
caramel,
answer?
caramel.
I say caramel.
Just shut the door when you
Caramel.
pee, Jeremy.
Whoa.
Oh wow.
You're getting very
It was a
defensive
callback
back
from
there.
earlier in the week. I'm sorry.
I mean, my God.
Waiting on you, Billy.
Me? For what?
I thought Chris asked you a question.
Oh.
No, we were just talking about caramel or caramel over here.
Yeah, caramel. What do you say, caramel?
It's caramel. It's not caramel.
It's caramel.
It's not caramel.
It's not caramel. It's caramel. That's
not
how you would
caramel.
say it. I
So
say
it's three.
caramel.
There's a
but
whole
it's
letter
not.
you're
It's
missing.
like
Yeah.
caramel.
But I would say caramel.
Caramel.
I
like
say
Louisville.
caramel, but like in the South, it's caramel.
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 Caramel. Almost sounds like Carmelone.
You
It's
almost
like
have to say
caramel.
it like you
Oh,
have
man.
caramel in your mouth.
Yeah.
Caramel.
It's kind of the same way like when you
Caramel.
say the state Illinois, you have to say it like you're drunk.
Illinois.
Illinois. Yeah.
You could just say Illinois. Too.
Well, that's like
Illinois.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Louisville.
Oh, I can't
Louisville.
say
I'm
that.
thinking
How do you
have to
say
when you're drunk?
Louisville.
I say
Louisville.
Uruguay.
You say who?
Uruguay.
Uruguay.
I like saying Uruguay and Paraguay.
You don't say it like that.
I do.
You make yourself say it like
Yes,
that.
correct.
Exactly. You
But I
don't
do say it like that. No, but I do say it like that
Yeah.
now.
Well, that's
because-
like Whitty saying controversy.
Well,
Yeah,
when
well,
you-
he's,
that's
he's
just
a
when
weirdo.
someone
That's just stupid.
We didn't get to it, but he saw the Barbie movie by himself, and we were very concerned. We're like, that's not the one.
It's
Don't
a
go to see Barbie by yourself.
Whitty's dialect is all learned behaviors. I guess you could say that about anybody, but he grew up in South Florida. No one says Rosed ever.
No.
Ever.
No.
He's Colombian, for heaven's sake.
For heaven's sake.
And he says Rosed. He taught himself to do that. Now, Uruguay and Paraguay, yeah, I told myself to do it, but people pronounce it that way. Like, especially in South Florida, you'll hear people say Paraguay, Uruguay. I've never run into anyone saying Rosed.
Chris, did you catch that Mike McDaniel has clearly been listening to the show? Because he dropped henceforth during his press conference the other day.
That guy's fun.
I circled it and sent it to Mike. He's affecting local coaches.
I got
So
a
you
lot of
circled
crap.
a text?
I got a lot of crap for henceforth. I think it's an effective use of vocabulary.
It is, but then when you
If
say
you're
it the way
witty.
Chris says it,
It's just efficient. It's efficient.
It
Like
sounds-
from here on out, I don't like henceforth. It's just like quick to the,
but you
to the point.
got to give it the old school accent. You can't just hit
Henceforth?
henceforth. Yeah, there
Henceforth?
you go. Like we're all on Bridgerton or something.
You guys think Mike McDaniel's in a similar Staley situation where it's like,
Not even close.
the first
dude.
half of the season was cute, and then people
I
kind
would
of figured it out. a
Maybe.
little
I mean,
bit.
I think he's a bad year away from being in that conversation. But after last year, I think everyone is thrilled with McDaniel right now.
What did people figure out about him?
his Q
that
play
he
stopped
vapes.
working.
When Tua's not there.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
when it's Skylar Thompson, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Or unless it's the first play. Then Tua can't do it either. But do you think he's just going to like let people know that he vapes now, or is he still going to admit that that's not a thing?
I really hope he eventually just makes it clear to everybody that he's a vape guy.
Sounds like Billy's Dolph out.
No, I mean, I don't know what to do because I can't wear my Tua jersey anymore. It's in a frame. So do I buy another one?
Why did you
Yeah,
frame
it
it?
he
sounds like
signed it.
you know what to do.
You could cut holes in the frame.
What?
I've got two Tua signed footballs.
Spend some
No,
money.
Chris is right.
Where
Chris is right about that.
Where-
Two arms through the picture.
put your head through the frame.
Well,
and you're-
it is a wire to hang it, so I guess I could just put it around my neck and walk around with it like that.
Gaki.
Yeah.
It's a Tua, but a safer version of Tua. You can't actually concuss him.
You're just protecting him.
You really framed it just because he signed it?
Yeah. Why
Tua
not?
might actually be safer if he wore like a
Frame?
jersey through a frame.
I don't think so. There's glass involved. It'd probably be a lot worse.
Should have stopped.
Yeah, I vehemently disagree.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's way more,
Thanks
way
for
more
bailing me out,
dangerous.
though, on the
yeah,
whole Mike McDaniel's on the hot seat situation.
way more
though.
dangerous to be surrounded by potential shards of glass.
funny
as
visual,
you're
though.
falling for a living.
Yeah. Well, he rolls now. He doesn't fall.
Said hut like with like through the. I've got. Anyway.
Well said. Henceforth, Tua
listen.
will be protected.
There's nothing. I'm now down to 8th on my list of co-hosts because I have been well saided by Chris Cody.